Welcome back to IntyCenter 1957 for our last whip around Fiduse before the All-Star break. And with just one set of games this week, we'll go ahead and touch on every game that happened in this stretch. We'll start with the Grand Slam, not the kind that you get for hitting a ball over the fence, the bases loaded, but the kind you get from Denny's Driscoll. He was lights out against Amazing to get that series underway. Only a ninth inning error from Lou Gehrig prevented the shutout, but even with that, he tossed a four-hitter. Alex Rodriguez homers twice off Ton Seaver. He drives in 5 runs. The Bandwagoners win it 7-1. Up 9-2 entering the bottom of the ninth, it looked like Let's Play 2 would be cruising to victory over a shack of their own. But Troy Tulowitzki reached on a one-out error and a walk to Cy Seymour, and a single to Pete Browning loaded the bases. Ross Barnes singled home a run, and Ned Williamson drew a pinch walk to score another. Trevor Hoffman relieved Tom Glavine and struck out Tip O'Neill for the second out. But George Gore hit a 2-run single. Mickey Cochrane drew a walk to reload the bases. Deacon White drew a bases-loaded walk to score another run. Ted Williams did the same, and that brought a shack of their own to within 1 run at 9-8. But Hoffman got Cy Seymour to fly out, and Let's Play 2 narrowly avoids an epic collapse, and they escape with that 9-8 win. Jocko Milligan had 4 hits, and Bill Dolan drove in 3 runs. And Stone Temple Seattle Pilots absolutely smoked the Family Madrigal by a final score of 13-2. Has he done it again? After MN Jedi found Elmer Flick last year, this year, it's Ken Williams as a late season signing, and in his first game, Williams hit a go-ahead 2-run homer in the 6th inning. The Gales wouldn't look back, and they would win their series opener against the Zodiac Guardians 5-3. Satchel Paige faced off against Jacob deGrom, and it was a one-sided deGromination. But cue up those "but not for me" memes, because it was the enhancers who were on the receiving end. Paige went the distance. He gave up 2 runs. He scattered 11 hits. deGrom was cruising until he wasn't. A 5-run 8th inning was highlighted by a 2-run homer from Ken Griffey Jr. that knocked deGrom out of the game, and that gave the Demonbacks the 8-2 win. Sithy blew this one late with 1 run in each of the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings, getting Game of Throws to tie the game up at 4. But Mel Ott delivers a 2-out solo homer in the top of the 9th. Pete Alexander gets his 5th and 6th strikeouts in the bottom of the 9th, and Sithy won that one 5-4. On to Game 2s, and this time it was Amazing's getting the starting pitching performance to fuel a victory, as Bob Feller tossed a complete game against the Bandwagoners. Feller gave up 2 runs, just one of them earned on 7 hits while he struck out 4. Joe Morgan homered. Ty Cobb had 3 hits, and Amazing's win 6-2. Game 2, shack of their own learned their lesson. They started their rally a little earlier, and this time it does get them the win. They were down 3-0 entering their half of the 5th. A Ross Barnes RBI double got him on the board. A 3-run homer from Norton Cash put him ahead in the 8th. 2 insurance runs an inning later, and they get that 6-3 win. Hugh Duffy stole a base and scored on a single in the 5th to put Madrigal on top of the Pilots 4-3. A Mookie Betts double puts the tying run in scoring position for the Pilots in the 9th, but Ray Collins strikes out Edgar Martinez. That ends the game, and it gives the 4-3 win to the defending champions. Ryan McCann, Aaron Judge, and Adrian Beltre all homered as the Zodiac Guardians knocked off Gales November 7-4. A 3-run homer from Hall of Famer Rod Carew, he converted, with 2 outs in the 9th, made that one look a whole lot closer than it was in reality. And hey, unlike most of his losses, this one may have actually been on Grasshopper Jim. A 3-run homer from Hack Wilson knocked Whitney out of the game in the 4th, giving him a final line of just 3 in the 3rd innings pitched with 5 runs allowed on 8 hits. Guy Hecker tossed a complete game. Opposite him, he gave up 2 runs on 8 hits, and the Enhancers topped the Demonbacks 8-2. Dean Chance would toss 7 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 7 hits, and Mike Trout would drive in 3 runs as Sithy become the only team that won the first game of a series in this set to also win the second one, to take this one 7-1. Now, could they seal the deal and get the only sweep in this set of games? Well, they found themselves down 6-3 entering the 8th inning, but a leadoff double from Nap LaJoie was followed by Rube Waddell offering, a home run peach to Jose Ramirez. Huey Jennings would tie the game at 6 with a bizarre play. It was a run-scoring fielder's choice with nobody retired, as the play went home, but not in time to get Stan Musial. 2 batters later, the pinch hitting Ed Ryle would hit a go-ahead 3-run homer. City hang on from there. They get the win and the sweep. The final score is 9-6. The Enhancers and the Demon Bags gave us one hell of a game for their final statement before the All-Star game. Vita Blue went 11 innings, giving up 1 run on 5 hits. He got a no decision. Fernando Valenzuela went 10 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits. He got a no decision. In the top of the 13th, the Enhancers got RBI singles from Honus Wagner and Mike Piazza, and a 2-run double from Kirby Puckett, with Puckett thrown out at third trying to advance to end the inning. Billy Wagner retired the Demon Bags in order in the bottom of the inning. The Enhancers took it 5-1. Hey, the home run derby might be taking place during the All-Star break, but Gales of November and the Zodiac Guardian thought they'd get a jump on the festivities. Joe DiMaggio, Josh Gibson, Derek Jeter, Pete Rose, Adrian Beltre, Aaron Judge, they all homer. Since that's more homers for the Zods and the Gales, that added up to a 6-4 win for the Zods. How do you go into the All-Star break in style? How about a walk-off grand slam? After Trevor Hoffman walked George Gore, Mickey Cochrane, and Troy Tulowitzki to open the ninth, Cy Seymour put the first ball into play in the inning, and that ball went into the stands. That turned a 4-3 deficit into a 7-4 win with just one swing of the bat. We had one of the rarest sightings of the season. That was Walter Johnson actually looking like, well, Walter Johnson. He tossed a complete game, gave up 1 run on 9 hits. Madrigal take down the Pilots 6-1. The win does come with a loss for Madrigal, as King Kelly was injured running the bases. TBD on the diagnosis there. And we'll end the first half of the season by talking about a duel between Doc Gooden and Kevin Brown. A 2-out RBI single from Dan Brothers in the 6th was the only run in the game as we went to the bottom of the 8th. Luke Gehrig got a leadoff single off Gooden, and Davey Johnson pulled Gooden at that point in time to go to the pen and to go to John Smoltz. Smoltz walked Joey Votto, and with a runner in scoring position, Judge Judy sent out Thurman Munson to pinch run for Gehrig. Ozzie Smith singled, and Munson scored to tie the game at 1. Yogi Berra stepped up with 2 on and nobody out, and he hits into a 5-4-3 double play. Smoltz gets a chance to get out of the inning with the score tied at 1. Smoltz induces a grounder to third from Scott Rowland, but Wade Boggs boots the ball. Votto scores. The Bandwagoners take a 2-1 lead on the unearned run. Kevin Brown needs just 7 pitches to retire the side in order in the 9th, and the Bandwagoners escape with that 2-1 victory. Hey, next time we see you, it's going to be the Home Run Derby and the All-Star break, and that'll do it for this week on IntyCenter and our whip around. Fidus.